Randomizer tournament. Like I just said, my name's XRTech. I'm joined by my friend Daggett. And a lot of quick resets here going on, trying to find a good stage to start.
So, do you have any predictions this time around?
Oh, you know, I think both CasualTom and megakyle83 are really high caliber racers, and given what the randomizer can throw, I wouldn't be confident picking one or the other.
Well, what about things like, you know, what's the barrier going to be weak to? What's you know, what are the nasty stages going to be? Is it going to be Crash? We haven't seen a really terrible Crash, so I kind of think Crash is going to be the determining factor this seed.
You know, the randomizer is a cruel mistress.
It really is. I think Tom's got a good strat here with going for wood. You know, he could have reset that. He could have looked for a different stage, but I don't think wood's too bad. I did notice Kyle reset wood. He didn't want to do it first. It does mean that since Kyle picked one of the faster stages as his first stage, and Kyle picked one of the longer, Kyle picked a faster stage, Tom picked a longer stage, that means that Kyle will most likely beat his RoboMaster first. So it'll appear as though he's in the lead.
But there's no real way to tell until we get much further in.
Yeah, exactly. Crashman not putting up too much of a fight. He was very spammy, but he wasn't doing too much damage to Kyle. Item 3, now that's a pretty nice reward for your first stage. And Bubble's a pretty good follow-up. Tom getting some good early damage on Metal Man, which makes that fight a lot safer. It can be a bit of a DPS race if you don't dodge well. Looks like the Fanta Falls.
Fanta, Fanta, don't you wanna Fanta, Fanta?
And, you know, I always say Blue Sky and Airman, it's gonna be no problem. Totally...
Okay. Okay.
Totally an easy stage. What could go wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, that would be Daggett.
Well, Kyle almost jumped too high, but he had iframes. Those underwater jumps, they can be tricky. And that's not sarcasm, they actually can be quite tricky.
And some vanilla shrimp and crabs.
Birds and monkeys. I think the monkeys aren't too bad, but... the birds... you never really want to see the birds, even on their home stage. Kyle's got a nasty situation there, but he dealt with it pretty good. When you have the toothpaste dispenser right there on that ledge, it can be a pain to get across that ledge. But he was able to damage boost off the little birds, the peepees. They only do 1 damage. We got this is a prime example of Bubble Man phoning it home. He's not in a fighting mood today.
Be free, Bubbles.
Woodman also not putting up too much of a fight. You just kind of got to get your buster in there between the leaves and fire. I'm not sure how you took that, but that's probably not how I meant it.
Pretty good. Dollar store Metroids.
Yeah.
Getting a Heatman stage.
And Tom's got some pretty good moves manipulating those. When Mega Man jumps up to their height, they move to the left, and he was kind of picking the right height to match their height and get them to move in a way that their arc wasn't in his path. There's actually a lot of subtle little manipulations our players are doing like that all over the place, and if you haven't played this a lot, you might not be able to spot those things, but they're definitely there. A little bit of trouble with his timing on these Yoku blocks.
Has to jump back to prevent him from accidentally zipping.
That's right. Our runners have to take a time penalty if they accidentally zip. Of course, Yoku blocks, you know, I played this game as a kid. Yes, that makes me old. And these, this Yoku block section, you know, is always go to air first before heat, but our runners don't have that luxury, because they don't know where item 2 is. And you can't do heat last. Because also item 2 might be in heat.
Nice synchronized boss fights.
Flash and Metal, both relatively easy fights. Finishing at about the same time, like, look at that. They got into the fight at the same time, finished at the same time. But now their paths diverge.
Only item 3 for Kyle and no items yet for Tom.
I'll do a little turnaround slide there to check the barrier weakness. It's not Buster. I don't think we've learned what it is. It's a great song, by the way. Woodman's one of my favorite tracks in vanilla. I don't know. Do you have a favorite track, XR?
Oh my goodness. Vanilla track or one that they use in the randomizer?
Either one.
I love the Rainbow
Lucky
Road
Weakness.
rendition.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Tom getting super lucky with the supercharged heat being the weakness right there, and he had it. It just makes it easy peasy to just walk into the boss room. And it's the... Wow!
Wow!
It's... So that's a... I forget what we call it, but sometimes the weaknesses for bosses are like... Yeah, it's like a god weakness. And that's what he just found.
Oh man, all the raids tonight. Thanks SpeedGaming 2 coming in with 51 people. Welcome, welcome to the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament. You are in for a treat.
You're just in time for the exciting conclusion of this 3-round match. But also early enough to see most of round 3. Our runners are pretty much tied. There's no discernible lead yet. Kyle, you know, you wouldn't normally go to this side, but in the randomizer, oh, you want to go to that side, and the reason he jumped before he fell onto the screen with the fan is because that fan can be there, and jumping means that you still make it between the laser beams. So he was able to get the E-tank, he was able to get the extra life, and he was able to avoid the fan. That's really well executed.
Pro strats.
That's right. Oh, Tom getting some good health here. She really needs. These crabs actually do quite a bit of damage because they're shellfish and Mega Man and shellfish, you know. Creed dropping the knowledge in the chat about great versus ultimate weaknesses. Thank you, Creed.
Shoutouts to LV Creed, the Mega Man lore master.
That's right. Oh, Tom, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna make this? Oh,
Nope.
Tom. So what he was trying to do there, when you menu like that, you reset Mega Man's velocity in all directions. So if you're holding a direction while you're doing that buffering, that pause buffering as we call it, you can do a lot of things like cross gaps that you couldn't otherwise. The Mega Man accelerates really fast sideways, but much slower vertically. Now we get to see Crash. My prediction was Crash is the equalizer this seed. We'll see what happens. Could be the prop tops. They're not so bad in the elevator rooms. But the fans... We can't even see Kyle due to the flicker.
So much lag. Trying to get that item 1 to jump over the Chanky Makers here.
Yeah. That's pretty smooth strat, really. And probably faster than killing them. And there he intentionally took that hit to get iframes, but his item 1s aren't going to last long enough. And now his health is in danger.
And his item 1 ammo, too.
Yep. Can't take anything for granted in Crash Stage.
Oh, nice.
Yep, very well done.
Barely pulls it off.
He's at the checkpoint, so if he has to, he can die now. He's got 3 E-tanks, though. And now plenty of health. Oh, I'm going for that charged heat again. Looks like a pretty good weapon on wood, too. Oh, kind of lucky he got to the top of the ladder when he did. That would have knocked him all the way back down. It's actually kind of a lucky enemy to have there. The tin cans are pretty easy to dodge in that setup. You can have respawning shrimp there, which is just abysmal. Tom also getting the jump in quick, so that you can get past the fan. Very, very well done.
Nice, nice. Well, Chanky Makers and Crabs, no match for Mega Man's Buster.
With a little bit of a delay when he landed there. He almost got hit by the last laser because of it. This is a tricky fight for Kyle. If he takes a body hit, he's probably dead, but he can take at least one more air hurricane thing. Oh, but he uses an E-tank. He plays it smart. He's rewarded with item 2. I think someone predicted that, actually. Someone in chat. Oh, giving Quick a taste of his own medicine. Good job, Tom. And Kyle's in Heat Stage. Sometimes a stage you don't want to be in. Especially, you know, bats and dollar store Metroids, really not a fun combo, but I don't know, these players making it look easy.
Speaking of, here it is.
Oh yeah. It's a good rendition.
Your favorite song, Daggett?
Well, I was going on about how much I like Woodman's song.
Oh,
I don't know if
right.
that's my favorite. So I also really like Crash.
Can we get some rainbows in chat, please? Pick any rainbow emote.
Strat on Kyle's part. He says, you know what, the Yoku section's easy and reliable, but these pillars, I don't like these pillars, and so he just uses item 2 to soar over it. That's probably a good move on his part. Because, as I recall, Tom actually got hung up for a bit trying to get the Yoku timing on one of the pillars. Nice time to find some health. Looks like we're gonna have a boss synchronization again. I was doing a little weakness hunting, meanwhile Tom says, Buster's good enough. Of course, if you can find a great or ultimate weakness on Heath, that's always the best, but that was a pretty good time to use Buster, I think. So, this is actually Kyle's last stage, and I think it might also be Tom's last stage.
It is, both of their last stages.
Oh, this will be interesting, because neither stage is a fast stage. I think Crash is the slower stage, but, you know, it's not a huge margin. Kyle making good use of that item too.
For sure, just soaring across most of the first part here.
Maybe getting through these elevator rooms faster than Kyle, though. One runner loses time and the other gains it. It's really hard to tell what's going on. We won't know until they both beat their last Robomaster, who's in the lead right now.
Plenty of health and an extra life for Kyle.
Yeah, that's kind of a blessing and a curse for him right now, because that was kind of slow to get all that health, but at the same time, maybe he'll have an easy time with the boss fight.
Maybe, maybe not.
So this is a pretty good song. I could easily say that this is my favorite.
I think someone in the chat saying it's Toxic Seahorse from X3.
I believe that. I mix up the X songs. And it looks like Kyle is slightly in the lead as he kills off his last Robomaster.
Let me switch the audio over.
Lord Vader Creed has confirmed this is in fact Toxic Seahorse.
Thank you, Lord Vader. Alright, we missed the high-pitched squelching sound, but it is time to play, for the third time tonight, our favorite Mega Man 2 randomizer game, where you guess the color and weakness.
Who should go first?
Robo Dragon.
Would you like to go first again?
I'd say we rock, paper, scissors it, but neither of us have our cameras on.
Yeah.
I am going to go with a monochrome dragon.
Oh.
Weak to Squidman's tentacles.
Interesting weapon choice. I don't know that that's in the randomizer. I'm gonna say that this is a yellow dragon, yellow like the sun, and because it's like the sun, it's gonna be weak to bubble.
I don't know if I follow your logic, but we'll go with it.
I mean, if you were gonna try to put out the sun, which of Mega Man's weapons would you bring? Come on.
A black hole?
You bring Bubble Man.
I mean, yeah, definitely Bubble Man. Wrong Mega Man game. My bad. And we're soon to find out here.
It is
Not
very pink.
monochrome. That is a Pepto-Bismol dragon.
I like to call that the Barbie dragon.
The Barbie dragon. With its cute little wings. Look at that.
Yeah. Metal Week. I don't think either of us called Metal.
Nope.
Kyle intentionally taking damage off the toothpaste so he could just walk through that crusher. It's pretty smart. It's faster than waiting for it to go up.
Our two racers are much closer this race than they have been for the last two.
Yeah. And anything can happen in the castles. Like, Wily 4 is a complete wild card.
Oh, absolutely. And hell, I've seen good racers get taken out by Pico Pico.
Yep. Kyle checking his weapon ammo here. Wants more of that item too. I don't blame him. You know, if you've played Mega Man games before, you know that the weapon energy does not restock between the Wily stages. And so that's actually one of the things that our runners have to do, is they have to keep track in their head. Okay, which things am I using up when? And you don't know what the weaknesses are going to be for anything, so it's definitely a risk-reward thing that you've got to calculate for yourself.
And its Metal Blade is a good weakness, but looks like Kyle's going to keep hunting, maybe to preserve some of that ammo. Oh, insta-charged heat.
So every now and then a seed has sort of a god weapon, a weapon that's, you know, really good in lots of situations, and this seed, it seems to be a atomic fire. There's a question in chat. Has anyone ever taken advantage of the weapon ammo glitch in Rando? If you're talking about the glitch where if you can shoot multiple times before the weapon ammo reduces, and then you can use the menu to reset that counter, yes. People have even used that to, like, win, you know, like, win the Wily alien fight without having enough ammo. Particularly, like, if you have wood, it's a good one to do it with. Yeah, this heat weapon seems just too good.
It's too powerful.
We're gonna have to nerf this in the next seed.
CasualTom sticking with the quick boomerang. He's going to be chasing Kyle's heels. Subatomic fire. That's what it should be nerfed to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see them both in Wily 3. That says something about how close they are, Wily 3 being the shortest stage in the game. Oh, Buster Weak Guts Tank. That also makes it... Every time a boss is Buster Weak, it makes the seed faster.
And it has to be a little bit of... just a little relief, too, knowing that you don't have to waste any weapon energy.
Yeah. Boy, that's a lot of damage to volunteer for. But Kyle's pretty confident in his skill, so he does it. We don't know where the fall through floors are, so it's good to use items there. You can jump through it if you have to, but it's harder and slower than item 2. And the guts tank is down again. So we're gonna have both players in Wily 4 at the same time.
Very exciting. And coming up to the anxiety room soon.
Yeah, what's gonna be here? What? Empty? Kyle's lucky day. Are they gonna stay empty?
Well, not quite, but empty enough.
Yeah, pretty good rooms overall.
That right there seems like the scariest jump onto that platform and then onto the top of the ladder.
It's not too bad, but I've definitely missed it my fair share. Kyle said, oh, "Do I need this?" and then noped out. Probably for the best. If you don't definitely need it, then it's definitely faster to menu and then menu back out than it is to grab it. Some weakness hunting here. I believe it's atomic fire for the barriers.
Why wouldn't it be? Oh, it doesn't matter what it is for the barriers because
no,
they're weak to leaf shield.
Well done. Yeah, that can definitely be a time save, not needing to find out what that barrier weakness is.
Oh, this is another jam right here.
Yeah, it is. So apparently, when they were making this game, the composer, he just apparently just saw it as like a job. And the manager for Mega Man 2 was like, no, we want to have awesome music that fits like the theme of the stages. And so he kept like telling the composer like, no, you have to redo this, you have to redo this. And finally the guy was like, wow, we're taking this really seriously, aren't we? And so he really like stepped up and really did his best to compose. And apparently the day he composed this song, he went into the manager's office and he was like, you have to hear this. Like, this is going to be great.
It is truly epic.
Yeah,
I've heard some horrible NES music.
It's true. I tend to think the NES has really amazing games, but you know, it had over 800 titles, and most of them actually aren't that great. The reason I think of it as having so many great titles is because with 800 titles, even if only 10% of them are good, it's got some good games. Kind of selective memory there. Want to remember the good titles.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of our runners making really quick work of their RoboMasters here.
Very exciting to see how close these two actually are.
Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind is both of our runners have no idea where the other person is, because that would be spoilers, right? So they're running in isolation. And so you gotta know, like, man, I'm almost at the end of this. It's tied up in the tournament. You know, like, I'm on pretty equal footing with this other person. Like, am I ahead or not?
CasualTom having a much quicker heat fight. So I think that's going to save him some time.
Yeah, this is so close. Very close, very fast Woodman as well.
And
One
it's a
RoboMaster
frustrating
different.
team. Wow. Keep your eyes on the screen.
Yep. Kyle likes to take risks. He could be low on weapon energy, and maybe he has to die on the Wily fight. .30 going into Wily 6. That's fast.
CasualTom right on Kyle's heels. It could come down to Many-Wing.
Yeah, I mean, if Kyle is too low on the right energy, he could have to die and restart the stage, and Tom has been very careful, right? So Tom has played safe strats, Kyle has played risky strats.
You know, I'm a little
Weapon energy is
disappointed
better
that
than I
it's not-
thought.
It's not atomic fire.
Yeah, the god weakness. They're both in the fight at the same time. Oh, but Kyle finds it. Oh, GG, Kyle. Wow, that was close.
GG's in the chat, please.
GG, Tom.
GG's again for Tom. Yeah, absolutely. Kyle, thank you for joining us here in the booth. GG's on your victory.
Hello, hello. I hope my mic is okay.
Yeah, seems good to me.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, congrats on that win. Tom really made you work for that.
Ooh, man. Tom is a fierce competitor, I'll tell you.
I mean, I thought the first two races were close, but then you two were pretty much in the alien room at the same time.
Yeah, really? Nice. That's really close.
Yeah,
there's a, what, like 30-second difference? 28-second difference?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, actually, so official SRL times, Kyle's time was a 31:37, and Tom's time was a 32:11. So what did you think of that second seed?
The second seed, it was better than the first.
Oh.
The first seed, that's the one that sticks out in my mind. Actually, I'm still kind of hurt over it a little bit with all the mistakes and everything that went wrong.
Yeah, it was challenging. I feel like you guys' last seed was actually the most kind to both of you, but the first two seeds they looked pretty brutal.
Yeah. Actually, I was considering forfeiting, like, even before I got out of the robos, and I was like, if it's this hard, maybe Tom is having just as hard of a time as I am, and the Wily stages are going to be even tougher.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, so I didn't quit.
So Kyle, you get to go on and face this guy called Daggett. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's your next competitor in the tournament.
I don't know. I heard he might chicken out of the tournament after the last match.
No, I've raced with Daggett more than a few times.
Yeah, that's true. For those of you who don't know, the community has we do weekly seeds every Sunday night, and Kyle and I have faced off there many a time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too. We keep it casual. We race in SRL, but we all chat through the voice chat on Discord. We have a good time. We shoot the breeze. It's very nice.
Speaking of casual, Tom's here with us. GG.
First thing I heard as soon as I came in. Thank you. GG, Kyle.
Hey, GG, Tom.
Oh man, that last seed was actually a good seed, but I died at the very end of Bubble Man stage. And sure enough, that's what did it. I didn't get item 2 until, like, I picked Crash first and I reset. Sure enough, item 2 was locked behind Crash. Just be like that sometimes.
Yeah, although I think your decision to reset Crash was probably the right one.
Yeah, probably anyone else would have done the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, I did on the first seed. I got into Crash Man stage with only an item 1. Mm-hmm. And I could have done it with an item 1, but I was like, for some reason, I just didn't want to, so I got a game over. I only had 0 guys, so why not?
Yeah, I took an intentional game over in that second seed at one point.
I think as an observer, it was kind of interesting to watch your different approaches. So I noticed that Kyle, you were more strict on what first stage you would accept, but I think Tom had safer strats in the castle. Like Tom, it seemed like you always made sure to have lots of E-tanks and ammo, and Kyle, I feel like you weren't concerned about your E-tank count, and you were only picking up weapon capsules if you absolutely had to.
Yeah, especially, if you got to fish for the wall weakness. If I have to do that, if I don't find it earlier in the game, I will pretty much fall right down the ladder in Wily 2. I won't even go for the E-tank. But the second seed was quite hair-raising because I was down to 0 lives for like maybe the last half of that game for all the Wily stages. I had 0 lives.
I didn't even notice.
I had no E-tanks on the refights, so I had to play it, a little strategically.
Yeah, for sure.
I always try to keep my weapon energy up, but it just so happened that I found myself just with all these unused E-tanks by the end of the game. I had them because I would take all my last couple seeds for sure. I would get to these bosses that would just kill me, and I had no E-tanks to use. I had a couple of those.
Yeah, and it's always better to take an E-tank and survive than it is to run out of E-tanks and die.
There was one of those where I did the opposite. That was dumb. It was an airman fight, maybe?
Yeah, I think that might have been the second seed.
I think so.
I think I had so many E-tanks, I even wasted one at one point by accidentally selecting it.
I did at one point, too. I forget what seed that was. But yeah, I did that for sure.
Never not E-tanking.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it was a close race, and I'm excited to go back and watch it, knowing that we were within less than a minute of each other. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that last one must have been really close. I found 3 boss weaknesses before even making it to the refights, so I was just flying through it. I thought I was doing good, but at least I think it was a race PB for me though.
Oh, so really? Congratulations.
Thanks. My actual I actually got an actual PB just out of races a couple days ago, and this one wasn't as fast as that, but I think I've never gotten a 32 in a race before. I think it was a 32.
Yeah, GG.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was a favorable seed. Usually I get around 33, 34 minutes, but this one was really forgiving.
Yeah, just that stupid bird at the end of Bowman. I gotta talk if you give me just a second here. I thought it wasn't coming back. I waited, oh, bird's not coming, and I jumped, and sure enough, bird came. I tried pause buffering over the little birds. I actually thought I had it. Nope. All the way back to the midpoint. Anyway.
That's how the birds work. As soon as you think they're done, that last bird has to get in its final word.
The bird. Such and so.
In Airman stage, when you get the birds in the second half, it feels like there's a spot where the bird's timing is sort of shorter. Towards the middle of the second section, when you're jumping over those 1-tile blocks, it feels like the second bird comes a little bit early to me.
I could see just, it's good to keep that mindset and just play it safe in that case, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done the science on that to know whether that's a perceived feeling or it's actually faster, but I would believe it if you told me that there was some quirk of the game that caused it to be faster.
Well, right, but you get the hang of it, as you're going through Airman stage. You can kind of get the hang of the timing of the birds and when they're going to drop the egg. Yeah, It feels a bit off to me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, both of you had really strong showing tonight. You know, it was really exciting. You know, watch your VODs. You know, see what went down. I think you'll enjoy it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for the praise.
Oh man, hopefully the first seed, you know, didn't like make you guys lose faith in us.
Oh no, not at
No,
all.
all the seeds were really exciting to watch, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, I felt okay about the first one, but I had just really costly mistakes in the second and third one. Third one, I was like doing really good, except for that one big mistake. It's just everything I did besides that one thing, I just felt really good about. I mean, whatever, you know, just be like that sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again, Kyle. I'm looking forward to seeing when your match with Daggett gets scheduled. Maybe I can sign up for comms again.
That'd be great.
Tom, looking forward to more of your races too. Any last words from you guys?
It's been a lot of fun, Kyle. You know, we've been just you know, getting a little chummy, just chatting it up. Like I'm always in his streams nowadays. Like just kind of works out with my schedule, and I'm watching him stealing his strats for rando practice.
Nice.
Group A hype, you know, it's all about that Group A. It's just
Group A.
great group of people. So that's really all I can say. Great runners, great to work with. Great.
Let's see, for
Awesome.
me, like I really want to say that I appreciate you guys stepping up, and you know, everybody who steps up and handles the commentary and the tracking, you know, especially at the last, you know, on the day of a race. It's fantastic. The community is so good in this Mega Man 2 randomizer Discord.
Absolutely, totally
Yeah.
agree.
And
Yeah,
I've been following CasualTom for a long time. You know, I probably followed his channel like maybe 2 years ago, but I've really
Probably.
just recently started watching his streams a lot more because I've been playing Mega Man Rock and Roll.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely play that for anyone who hasn't played that. Free download game, Mega Man Rock and Roll fan game. Highly recommended. So check it out.
Yeah, the thing I would say about commentating is it's a lot of fun, and I've been a little sad this year that just due to my work schedule, I actually haven't been available for most of the matches. So I was really grateful for the opportunity to do commentary tonight.
Yeah, thanks for joining in on such short notice. We did just schedule this like 24 hours before. I think we met a minimum requirement deadline for that.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe that's why I was able to sneak in as a commentator. Because honestly, usually the signups happen pretty fast because people are pretty excited about doing commentary.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, and anybody can sign up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're not in the Discord, you know, hit that link, join the Discord if you're interested in tracking, helping us out. We sure would appreciate it.
Learn the game. Join us next year in the tournament. It's a little late to join this year.
Just a
But not
smidge.
too late for the Sunday weeklies. Join us in the Discord.
Yeah, so in fact there's two Discords, but I think you can get to the community Discord from the tournament Discord. So if you just join one, you can get to the other.
People will help you out. It's pretty much the exact same people.
All right, well, maybe we should wrap it up, unless you guys have some other things you wanted to comment on.
Well, this has been fantastic, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to joining again, and I'll be back for my next race. I got one more. Good luck, Kyle. Good luck, Daggett. I'll try and check that out.
I'm gonna need it, thank you.
Yeah, good luck going
It'll be
forward,
close.
CasualTom. Yeah,
Thanks.
and GG.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, and just a bit about the bracket. So this is the finals bracket, which is double elimination. So Tom will move to the losers bracket, and Kyle will advance in the winners bracket. And I just happened to got lucky with my bracket placement, to where I didn't have to play a round one match in the tournament, but I will now have to face off against Kyle. So I don't know how lucky I really was.
It'll be all right.
It'll be a good race.
It'll be good,
It'll be fun, of course.
of course. Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for watching tonight. I think that's probably it.
I think so. Everyone have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, chat.
Back the bracket placement to where I didn't have to play a round one.